here of just how cute that is, because I'm not really sure if I can do something else. So let me know what you guys think going on. I just really love that I was able to capture this and then get to remember all those colors bouncing off each other so beautiful. I think it's perfect to capture them like this. And yeah, there she is. Play with these pink and magenta colors against these greens and these blue that I wanted to complement with this little figure. I really love this one. It's so nice to see this.
Sketchbook, just to remind myself of how I want to be sketching. Okay, so just to give you a closer up look at this sketchbook image, you can see murals or these paintings that I am wanting to like paint on the walls and
creativity is a job, the narratives persist. The shame I felt for taking out of money will convince grandma you're doing a real job. Imposter syndrome plagues even the most point that I went full-time, i.e. full-time crying. Then I felt rage. Then danger of this world. Art is politically important. Find that you're not just creating for yourself. You are creating. They are private. They can be messy. What were you taught about creativity and the arts? Least of all, your research to back that up? In a 2021 on chronic headaches medicine, she writes mechanisms.
Hi. I was going to do the product shoot today, just now, right now, for these stickers that I made, and then it started raining. It was sunny 2 seconds ago, and now there's no light. I actually wanted to take the photos yesterday, but then I wanted to clean the studio before I did that, and I haven't been to the studio. Well, I've been here, but I haven't actually come and worked here in like weeks. So before I got to any proper work, I wanted to sit down and just have everything clean, but that took up most of the day, so I couldn't do the photo shoots yesterday, and then I thought maybe I'll do it today, and I started, and then now it's raining, so I am annoyed a little bit, and I'm traveling over the weekend, so I might take the photos off location. But yeah, I'll see. But here's what I wanted to take the photos of. I made some stickers in this new art style that I'm exploring. I'm very excited about it. I really like the quality of these stickers. These are transparent vinyl stickers, and you can see the texture so nicely. I'm very excited about that, and I actually want to make it like a set, like a sticker pack. So I need to do another illustration in this style and make it as a set. But for now, these two on their own will be going up on the website, on the shop. In other news, I went to the printer guy, my local printer guy, and I got some pictures framed. And one of them is for my neighbor. So I made an illustration for my neighbor and her friends, and I got it framed so I can give it to her. It's like really bad glare, but that's what I made, and I got it framed. I kind of like goofed up a bit on the matting. It's like super thin, but I actually kind of like it. It's very unique, I think. I keep trying to look at the camera and then myself, and the camera and then myself. It's very confusing, but yeah, very excited to give her this. And then I also got one framed for my parents. That's them. I drew them, and I liked the larger frame a lot, so I got this frame too. I'm gonna gift that to them also. Oh, and tomorrow I'm going to this illustration workshop. So I illustrated a picture book with this publication people, and the art director that I was working with, he invited me to sign up for this picture book workshop that those guys were doing, and it was sort of like an application based workshop. So you share your portfolio, and if they like it, they kind of call you to attend the workshop. And I got selected. Super exciting, and I'm going for it tomorrow. It's basically a like world building or building worlds for picture books kind of workshop, and there's gonna be I think they're gonna actually do some like hands-on activities, because they did ask us to bring our sketchbooks, so I'm very excited about that. And there's also a speaker panel thing that's happening after the workshop, so I'm hoping I get to attend that also.
they themselves proud.
So, and if I am in that position where I can create this for kids who are curious and has an affinity towards art.
Particular moment of time in my childhood where so my mom, she finished a lot of her education.
She's walking, she's winding her way through feet and I'm sorry, this is a repeat from earlier in the workshop, but
Many of us were not
okay, one of the ideas that I wanted to kind of visually place in this book is in the beginning we see her navigate the world of feet in an urban setting until this dog meets with an accident and then somebody kind of bends down and enters her world.
It's been a very interesting day, to say the least. I had a very lovely time at the workshop, and I want to share with you what I did there and what I got from that event. But before that, I want to share with you what I made at the cafe. So before I went to the workshop place, I decided to work out of the cafe for a little bit, and I took a seat at the farthest end of the cafe, and the wall, or the side that I was facing, they just have this huge, the entire wall is a window, so when you're seated you can see what's supposed to be the lawn of another building, I guess, but I think they have construction happening there, so there was like a huge green top all over the place. But there was a bit of an opening in one of the areas, and you could see a little bit of what was behind there, and I think it's somebody's house, I'm not sure, but they've got they had like clothes on a clothesline and a bunch of chairs, like a seating area outside. I thought it was very interesting. There weren't people sitting in the area, and there weren't any people around, but it just looked like a very interesting setup, so I decided to draw that. Yeah, and I've been on this this negative space kick lately, and I really like working with the absence of shapes. So the way that I worked with this, I've drawn everything else except the chair, so everything around the chair, and then where the clothes were, so you can see like where the clothes are supposed to be, it's empty, and where the chair is supposed to be, it's empty. I don't know if me describing what I've done makes sense, but I'm really enjoying drawing using negative space a lot. That was the first half of my day, and then coming to the workshop, I am so glad that I went for this. I'm back home now, and I'm still trying to absorb and sit with all the inspiration that I gained from there. Basically, a set of lovely picture book makers came together to sort of share their insight on the process behind creating the worlds behind picture books. They shared with us their process and the thoughts that went behind creating some of their best known books. There was a panel section, like a speakers panel section towards the end, so we got to ask them questions and get a little more information out of them. As they were actually doing the presentations, I decided to take some notes in my sketchbook. I really loved listening to everybody's process, especially where they get their inspiration from and what drove them to make the books that they made. My very favorite one was by Rajiv Ipe, and I also got his book. It's about a street dog and how she's exploring basically the world around her and how she interacts with the world around her, and she's treated well by some people and not so well by other people, and she meets with an accident and she loses a leg. The way that the story is drawn, it's a wordless picture book, but it speaks so heavily, so much about empathy and connecting with animals. I really loved how everything was done, and the sketching and the style and how things are emphasized in this is very heartwarming. I felt everything is so beautiful, and as the illustrator was describing towards the end, sort of the sketches that he made, one of these spreads, this if you like look closely, he's kind of scratched up the danger points in the town landscape that he's drawn, basically from the eyes of the street dog. And the way that he described it was that these are the things that looks scratchy to the dog, and scratchy in his head means danger. And the way that this connects is so beautiful, because in the beginning, the very first spread is also the entire town, and that's the first spread, and everything is clean and nice and you can like see everything clearly. But when you go to the last spread, everything's like scratchy, and it just, I loved it so much. And as he was sharing his process, he was showing us like his thumbnails and his mood boards and storyboards and all of that up on the presentation. And there was a part of the presentation where he shared the thumbnails of how the story was going to go. And because this is it's a story about a dog, he called it Paw Claws, if that makes sense. So he wrote down thumbnails, and then he scratched out thumb, and then he wrote paw nails, and then he scratched out nails, and then he wrote paw claws. So thumbnails for humans, paw claws for dogs. I thought that was so cute. I really love that so much, and I'm very glad I got to pick up his book. I really love this so much. But yeah, and then also the thing, like the event that we attended, it also had a exhibition of sorts, and there was a lot of like small businesses and handmade things everywhere. And there was a home decor, like it's a tableware and home decor, home and lifestyle products basically, and lovely products. And also they got these cards, like it's like a really big business card that they have. They are called Loved Well, and I really love the pictures that they have. Can I do that? Can you see it better if I do that? I really loved the pictures that they have on their cards. I love the colors and the composition, and I think I want to maybe paint them sometime. I thought they were really cute. There's one with like lemons. I love the colors of this one also. And there's one with oranges. And yeah, I really like the colors and the compositions of these. So I bought them so that I can keep them as an inspiration, and I really want to paint them. So I'm gonna keep them next to my sketchbook so that I remember to do that.